We're gonna do the leg hook takedown from the clinch. So we have to be able to establish the clinch. So we're using Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to avoid being punched, and we're starting standing. Dustin will assume the punching person, and I'll be the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu person. Would you take a couple steps back to begin? All right, first thing I want to maintain is so much distance that he can't punch me from where he currently is. So if he extends his front arm and I do mine, we have this distance management tool, front hand extension. Another way to look at this distance is back leg cannot reach with a front kick, but it's close. So we have our arms up, my hands are up as he progresses forwards, go ahead, and I don't move, the distance is shrinking, and now all of a sudden he throws that punch and I'm more likely to be hit. Let's back up again. So as he moves forwards, I move backwards. As he moves forwards, I move backwards. I'm maintaining the distance. Now every time he moves forwards and I move backwards, we've got this little rhythm that's starting to create. And so on the third beat for our practices, I'm going to change directions. So as he goes that way, I'm going that way, and we're going to move through this gap fast. So it looks like this, forwards, forwards, I change direction. Now as I go forward, I put on this little helmet, hands on my forehead, elbows tight together, because he might actually punch. So what happens if he punches? I go back, I go back, I go forward, he punches. As this punch goes and hits this, the angle of it's going to cause this punch to glance and slide off, still giving me an access point to his center. Once my helmet hits his body, my head comes tight to his body, my arms wrap around his waist. Does that make sense? My head is tight, and I'm going to try to shoot for the opposite shoulder. Now my goal is to bring my hips close to his hips and my head close. So now we're going to have this negotiation. He's going to be moving. As he moves, I'm going to move, and I'm going to try to stay glued tight. That's step one, accomplishing the clinch. Let's take another look at the hand gripping. Can I borrow you? So we have this positioning, and we have back up, move forward, and we have this clinch established. So now I have a wrapper that wraps the back of his body. And then I have a grabber, which grabs the wrapper. Wrapping, grabbing. That's how you should do it. So now we've got the clinch, wrap, grab. I want my head on the opposite side under his head, but then I want to connect hips. So I'm pulling this very snug. Does that make sense? Now we've got this negotiation where he's going to try to re-establish some sort of control. Now there's two basic situations that can occur. One is he gets a big stance, wide base. The other is he has a narrow base. If he's got his feet far apart, big base, that's what we're going to take a look at today. So as we're negotiating and he gets a big base to operate from, I'm going to take a step with my left, which in this case is the center of a stance leg, and then my right is going to wrap and hook his leg. As I hook his leg, I'm going to lift his leg off the floor. In essence, it feels a lot like a back kick. I lean forward with my head and I kick his leg out from underneath him backwards. Then I'm going to spin, I'm going to circle, and take a top mount. So the takedown from this position, when I hook his leg, we're circling, and I step down and take a top mount. I have to let go of my partner. I cannot keep my wrapping tight and then land on a tight wrap. He'll land on my arms and I won't be able to move. So once we establish this positioning and I feel the right stance, step, hook, cycle the movement, let him go, step, and then transition to top mount. Trap and roll. Take a look at this fundamental basic move. But at the same time, fundamental basic move means you better be awesome at it because you're going to use it all the time. Works against white belts, works against blue belts, works against black belts, works against people on the street. This is your go-to move. Practice this more than you practice anything else. Grab and roll. Be a master of it. Sound good? All right. First, he's going to feed me a choke. So I'm on the bottom position, my elbows are into his stance, I got my prayer position, my feet come tight to my bottom. He's feeding the choke. So now, I'm going to take my right hand, in this case, reach across, grab his wrist, monkey grip. Other hand, clam grip, C grip on the back side of his tricep. elbow still in his leg. Does that make sense? Okay. So beat number one, I do all these grips. Boom. And same time, I take my left foot and I step over his ankle and I trap his ankle. So I've got all these three things happening simultaneously. So he feeds the choke and I go 1, 2, 3, trap. Next, take a look at this foot on the back side. My left foot, the one that's trapping, is going to draw his foot to the center. And then my thigh and my knee drop down on angle. You see that? Right foot, this one. Sometimes my right foot is in this relationship with his. His is on the inside, but I don't want that. I want mine to make an adjustment so there's clearance. No entanglement with his leg. Next, with my feet firmly on the floor, close to my bottom, I can lift my hips high. Hips rise up, and then roll. So I've trapped his arm, trapped his leg. Once we roll, my head comes down tight, elbows into his hips, and I secure myself tightly to his hips. Self-defense, priority number one, bad guy does not want to be contained. They want to strike you, they want to hit you, they want space. So he doesn't have the space to give any authoritative striking, so he wants to get onto his feet. So he's going to be pushing to create space to get up. I simply stay maintaining control of his hips, and I stay in line with him. I don't want to get perpendicular. Would you move your, strip your hip out? If I'm this way, and I'm heading that way, and he's heading this way, I'm starting to lose it. So I want to follow him and try to stay in line, always in line. Okay? All right, thanks. Trap and roll, monkey grip, clam grip, elbow, leg step over, and then drag that foot to the inside, let your knee collapse, and then bridge and roll, secure the hips. So if we're in the bottom position and he decides he's going to punch, let me ask you, what do you think your best friend would do if they didn't do any martial arts and this person wanted to punch from the top mount? What would their defense be? What would you guess? What do you think, Chris? This? How does that work? What are you doing? You're trying to get this person to leave to get away from you. But you can't because they're in the top mount. They've got gravity and leg wrap. You cannot do that. So what are you doing? You're maintaining distance, you're maintaining space. What happens? You give the space for this person to punch with authority. So this is the most common defense, right? Is the worst. You don't want to do that. So as soon as he sits up, what do I want to do? Sit up, grab, lift my hips and bridge, put him onto his face. He's not going to go onto his face because instinctively he's going to put his hands out and stop it. Watch. Hand, slide. I get myself up closer to his head. My hips collapse back down to the floor. What does he need to hit? He needs space. So now he's up on his hands. When he gives me the space, look, I can wrap. That make sense? Let's take a look at the order of movements. When he sits up, I sit up, hug, launch him. My hips are up. I walk up, hips collapse, slide up. Body hug. This helps keep my head tight to his body when I wrap. When I wrap, he flips his wrist over for safety. Then I step over his ankle, draw it to the center, bring my foot close to my hips. This hand's gonna launch up to the sky as I bridge. Driving him over, thumb control the hips. All right, the punch block variety. We've got two variations that we practiced so far. We have a standard variation that gives us the arms by either choking, bracing against our neck, or the punch block variation, in which case they create space, they rise up to punch, we just sit up with them and then apply that variation. Final variation, can I borrow you again, Dustin? They're gonna wrap the neck. So they're doing like a headlock. So the head is under control, and then to make it maybe a little bit tighter, more difficult, they're gonna do grapevine hooks. So now when we're on the bottom of this position, it's interesting because the neck hug gives me the arm. So I just control it with my hand. I put my head heavy and down against his arm, making it hard for this arm to leave. Trapped his arm. His other hooking foot, he's trapping that one already also. So he's doing a lot of the trapping already because of the position. So now what do I need? I need this leg free. How do I get the leg free? I do a kick to the sky. Then I bring my foot back to the center line and then down to the floor, heel up, so that when it drops, it closes this window. So if he wants to reinsert the hook, he cannot. Then I'm free to go. Trap and roll. I've already got the leg trapped. I've already got the arm trapped. So then I just punch to this guy, bridge, and... All right, so I'm on the bottom. Dustin's on top. He's starting out in top mount. He's gonna feed me one of the three varieties. He's either gonna start with a choke, he's gonna start throwing punches, or he's gonna do a headlock. Ready? I'm ready. So I'm going through my series, right? And then from this position, I'm thinking about which armor I want. I want this one, step over the ankle, and I'm thinking, okay, punch to the sky. I'm going through all my details. Then I'm controlling the hips to try to escape. I'm thinking about trying to stay in line, stay tight. He tuckers out. And I go, okay, I'm looking to my left. So I'm gonna kill the left leg. Step over, slide my head across the other side, hook the neck, post the arm, climb over, take my top mount. So now, I'm in top mount. Guess what's about to happen? I'm gonna get him back. So now it's my turn to feed him something. So I go, boom, I feed him. He recognizes which variety it is. And then we go through his turn. He's gonna end up in top mount, then it's my turn. And we're gonna feed each other all three varieties. But we're gonna mix them up in random order. We're just alternating. It'll cycle and always recycle itself. Sound good?